tweets from the president this morning. He's been up early on the attack against his own attorney general, calling for a new investigation of Hillary Clinton. That series of tweets just moments ago, including this one. Attorney General Jeff Sessions has taken a very weak position on Hillary Clinton crimes. He also said, so where is the investigation? Let's get more on this now from our chief White House correspondent, John Karl, senior justice correspondent, Pierre Thomas. And John, let me begin with you. Again, this is so extraordinary what we're seeing right here. No president in modern times has attacked his attorney general like this. No president in modern times has called for an investigation into his opponent. And the president has now done this 3 out of the last 4 days.
Yeah, it's especially bizarre, George, when you consider that Attorney General Sessions actually had offered to resign back in May when the president first exploded on him for his recusal that resulted, the president believes, in the appointment of Robert Mueller as the special counsel. He offered to resign. The president did not accept that offer. Now you have this continual attacks on the attorney general, somebody who also was, I would say, George, the single most important, arguably the single most important endorsement he got during his presidential campaign, a loyal ally. Now the question is, if he actually goes through and fires him, or if this causes Sessions to quit, who would replace him? We've heard 2 names floated, Rudy Giuliani and Ted Cruz. Both men have said that they are not interested in the job.
They have said they're not interested in the job. I mean, the question is, would the president be trying to get someone who would be in control of the Russia investigation? Meanwhile, this intensified interest in Hillary Clinton seemingly, not seemingly, he's pressuring the attorney general to open an investigation that had been closed.
Yeah, and that's strange given the president's own words. Back in November, after the election, the president himself made it clear that he had no desire to go after the Clintons. He said, essentially let bygones be bygones. Now you have this. We looked back, George. The president has tweeted about Hillary Clinton almost 40 times, 39 times since the election. He won that election, but seems intent on going back and relitigating it over and over and over again.
And of course, this was an investigation that the FBI completed and closed. Let's get more on this now from Pierre Thomas over at the Justice Department. Up till now, Pierre, the Attorney General, hanging in there.
He had been hoping that the president's anger would dissipate, George, but that's clearly not happening. These tweets make it clear that the president's still very, very angry about this. And look, at the end of the day, everyone at the Justice Department is watching. Can the Attorney General continue to do his job under these circumstances when it's clear that the president increasingly does not have confidence in him?
But Pierre, there's no law, but we've had all kinds of norms against the president interfering in investigations like this, all kinds of rules and norms and traditions built up that the president doesn't order an investigation into his defeated opponent.
Look, George, tradition has been that the White House and the president do not apply political pressure on the Justice Department with regards to criminal investigations. There's supposed to be a bright red line, but it looks like the president is stepping all over that line, and it creates yet another dilemma for Sessions. Does he stand up for the Justice Department traditions and independence, or does he allow it to appear that the White House is micromanaging the nation's top law enforcement officials, George?
That is the big question. Thank you both very much. And one more tweet from the president this morning. He said Jared Kushner did very well yesterday in proving he did not collude with the Russians. Witch hunt. Next up, 11-year-old Barron Trump.
Go figure.
Interesting.